Good afternoon, students. Today we will study the topic of metabolism. So metabolism involves the chemical reactions which are taking place in our body. So mainly metabolism is of two types. First is catabolism. Second is anabolism. So in catabolism, big molecules break down into smaller molecules to give you energy. Like your carbohydrates, they are broken down into disaccharides, further then monosaccharides, then they give you energy. And in anabolism, the smaller molecules, they are utilized. They utilize those that energy which is released from the carbohydrates. They utilize this energy for tissue repair. That is the role of anabolism. That in catabolism, big molecules break down to release energy. In anabolism, that energy is utilized for tissue repair and providing the energy to the body. Now you can see here in this diagram, the carbohydrates are broken down into disaccharides and oligosaccharides in the presence of amylase enzyme, which is secreted from the salivary glands. So here bigger molecules of carbohydrates are broken down into smaller disaccharides and oligosaccharides. This is catabolism. Now these disaccharides and oligosaccharides, they are converted into further smaller molecules, that is monosaccharides. Again in the presence of an enzyme amylase in the stomach, and then they release the energy in the form of glucose. Okay? Then this glucose reaches the blood circulation for giving you the energy. The excess glucose which is not required, it will be stored as a glycogen in the liver and muscles. ठीक है? जितना ग्लूकोज आपको चाहिए इनके ब्रेकडाउन से वो तो आपको एनर्जी देगा, उसके अलावा जो भी ग्लूकोज बनेगा वो मसल्स और लिवर में ग्लाइकोजन की फॉर्म में डिपॉजिट हो जाए. ठीक है? नाउ ये वाला जो ग्लूकोज है अब कैसे ये प्रॉपरली ऑक्सीडाइज होगा, दैट विल सी थ्रू ग्लाइकोलिसिस एंड द TCA cycle. Glycolysis I have already covered in the previous video. Now we'll be covering the TCA cycle, which is tricarboxylic acid cycle or Krebs cycle or citric acid cycle. So it takes place in mitochondria, that you have to remember always, right? Now what happens in glycolysis? You have earlier seen that one glucose molecule gives you two pyruvate molecules, right? Two molecules of pyruvate which is converted to acetyl coenzyme A through the reduction of NAD ions. NAD is nicotine adenine dinucleotide. When it gets reduced, then acetyl coenzyme A is formed from the pyruvate. That you have earlier seen in the glycolysis, that pyruvate is formed from the glucose. Now what happens in TCA cycle? This acetyl coenzyme A, which is formed from the pyruvate molecules of the glycolysis, this enters the TCA cycle. What it does, it reacts with the this acetyl coenzyme A, this reacts with oxaloacetate in the presence of citrate synthase. Now, whenever the enzyme is present, it is showing that the synthesis of citrate will take place. So, citrate is formed. Now, In the second step, there is a formation of an intermediate cis-aconitate in the presence of an enzyme aconitase. This intermediate will help in the formation of isocitrate. This aconitase enzyme will help in this formation. So this aconitase will help in converting the citrate into isocitrate with the help of an intermediate cis-aconitate. Now this isocitrate undergoes dehydrogenation. D means removal. Hydrogenation means removal of hydrogen molecules. So you can see when there is dehydrogenation in the presence of enzyme isocitrate dehydrogenase, then oxalosuccinate is formed, and again there is a reduction of the molecule NAD ions to NADH and H positive ions. So this oxalosuccinate, which is formed after dehydrogenation, it undergoes now decarboxylation. D means removal. किसकी रिमूवल हो रही है? कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड की, कार्बोक्सिलेशन. तो यहाँ से जब कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड बाहर निकलेगा तो हमारे पास बन जाएगा अल्फा कीटो ग्लूटारेट, which will further undergo decarboxylation. एक और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड मॉलिक्यूल बाहर निकलेगा तो हमारे पास बनेगा अल्फा कीटो ग्लूटारेट. उसके बाद सक्सिनाइल कोएंजाइम ए जब हमारे पास फॉर्म हुआ आफ्टर द सेकेंड decarboxylation, then there is a phosphorylation step over here. What happens in phosphorylation? GTP will transfer one phosphorus molecule to ATP for phosphorylation, so that there is a formation of succinyl coenzyme A to succinate in the presence of succinate thiokinase. Now this succinate will further undergo dehydrogenation. Removal of hydrogens will take place, and here the conversion of FAD to FADH2 take place. FAD is flavin adenine dinucleotide. After this dehydrogenation, the fumarate molecule will be formed, which undergoes the addition of water molecules, and we have the malic acid formed or L-malate. In D pharmacy, you don't have to remember the structure. It is just for understanding the concept that what is happening in dehydrogenation or decarboxylation. If you can't remember the structures, you can write only the names, right? Then this malate molecule will further undergo dehydrogenation. Another NAD molecule is reduced here, and finally oxaloacetate is formed, which will further keep on reacting with this acetyl coenzyme A to repeat the cycle, right? So now we see the energetics of this TCA cycle. So before understanding the energetics, let me tell you what, whenever there is a reduction of the NAD molecule, as we have seen, reduction is taking place in 4 steps. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 4 NAD molecules are reduced in this step. So 1 NAD molecules will give you 3 ATP molecules. This you have to remember. I have written it here also, that each reduced NAD molecule will give you 3 ATP molecules, and each reduced FAD molecule will give you 2 ATP molecules. See? So you will tell me, in these 4 steps we have pyruvate to acetyl coenzyme A. We have seen that 4 NAD molecules are reduced in this 4 steps. So if one NAD molecule gives you 3 ATP, Then 4 NAD molecules will give you 12 ATP molecules. Right? We can see here 3 ATP and 4 NAD molecules in these steps. Conversion of pyruvate to acetyl-CoA, isofiltrate. In all these 4 steps, NAD is reduced to NADH2. So we get 12 ATP molecules here because 1 NAD will give you 3 ATP. So 4 NAD will give you 12 ATP. So now coming to FAD molecule. FAD molecule, FAD is reoxidized in the step of succinate to fumarate. So 12 molecules here, and FAD will give you 2 ATP molecules, 12 and 2, 14 molecules. Okay? And 1 ATP we have got from the phosphorylation here. So 12 plus 2 plus 1. So how many ATPs? 15 ATPs. Now you can see from this diagram that 1 glucose molecule gives you 2 pyruvate molecules. So these 2 pyruvate molecules will carry out this TCA cycle twice. Right? So if one cycle gives you 15 ATP, then 2 pyruvate molecules will give you 30 ATP. Right? So here we have already written that you have got 30 ATP molecules from the 2 pyruvate molecules from the glycolysis. Now we have earlier seen in previous video that ATP formed in glycolysis is 8 ATP. So 30 ATPs from TCA cycle, 8 ATPs from glycolysis, and the total net gain is 38 ATP molecules when 1 glucose molecule undergoes aerobic oxidation. So we get 30 ATP molecules, 30 from TCA cycle and 8 from glycolysis. Thank you so much for listening here.